Well, hey, B, it's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, I'm back to talk to you guys about more on WAGs, okay? They have become a pretty hot topic in the past few weeks as they are over on Netflix, and a lot of things have been happening on the episode. Now, myself, I've just gotten up to episode 4, so yes, the review for episode 4 is definitely on the way, but you know we had to get into it first over on Patreon, okay? But the ladies have been getting into a few things on social media, so I want us to talk about it. First of all, I don't know if you guys recall the pink outfit that Miss Sharelle was wearing in her confessional, but it turns out Miss Evelyn Lozada also had that same dress on, and a lot of people found that to be much of a key, considering the fact that they think that she has some similarities to Miss Evelyn, all right? And they do believe that Chad Ochocinco has a type, and she definitely fits the bill, all right? So there are a few similarities amongst the ladies, so the people made sure to highlight the fact that they both had the pink dress. What was also interesting for me was Sharelle highlighting to Stony that they have the same fur, okay? She highlighted that they had the same black and white fur, but she didn't acknowledge at all the pink dress. But of course she wouldn't, because Stony is on the television show, whereas Evelyn is not, and Evelyn is an ex, whereas she is a semi-current girlfriend but baby mama or whatever to Ocho Cinco. So I guess Evelyn would be a non-motherfucking factor, okay? But you know, a lot of the fans brought that to the forefront, thought that was quite funny, all right? Now was also, I guess, not so much as funny but very interesting, okay? So there was a fight that took place on episode 3 between a young lady by the name of Kania, who happened to work for Allure Realty, which is the company that Sharelle owns, all right? She also got into it with Julz, okay? Julz is like a marketing person. She's been around the game for some time, and she does have a bad rep about her name, okay? She has a very bad reputation due to her own fault, in my opinion, okay? I got into the article in episode 1 review where BET wrote an article and told her to keep black women's names out of her mouth, okay? Because Julz has not had a great history with the things that she said as far as black women being, I guess, somewhat jealous of her. She didn't necessarily say jealous, but we knew what she meant by trying to say that the ladies were mad because all of the men or the black men would flock to her more, okay? I feel like that was an ignorant thing to say, knowing that you like to operate and move about so in our spaces. Like, girl, can you fall back just a little bit, okay? Because in all honesty, a lot of you women that may think like you're better than black women, one, black women don't give a damn who you date. Let's get that out. We don't care, okay? Number 2, a lot of you guys get treated way worse, okay? From the non-black preferences to the lighter skin complected preferences or whatever. You guys get treated terribly. All right. And we hate that for you guys. So I'm sure there's not many black women out here rushing to be on the arm. Okay. Now there are some. Okay. Let's be very clear. There are some rushing to be on the arm of some of those men. However, there are quite a few, okay, that do not give a damn, all right? Nobody's rushing to that terrible treatment, but good luck, okay? But Julz has said some negative things online. You know, she even referenced wearing a shirt that said niggas lie or whatever, asked people if that was okay for her to wear, and it's giving a bit of rage baiting for me at the time. She knew it was going to bring about a lot of backlash. I don't know if that's a part of her marketing technique to get attention, but whatever it was disrespectful. The people did not like it, and nobody is willing to let go of it, because I do believe there were a few things that may have happened back to back as to why people can't fully let go of the shit that Miss Julz has brought on. All right. So at this particular function that took place on episode 3, you know, Kania, who happens to be there, which was interesting because Stony asked her who she was friends with, and not once did we really see her interact with any of her friends. But okay, she sits at the table. She calls Julz a white bitch. She says, listen, she has had a lot of things to say about black women, and I, identifying as a black woman, listen, that's a problem for me. Okay, I do not like that, and she needs to be checked. Okay, so MJ says, hey, I don't want to have this conversation without her here. So she's like, well, call her over there. Call her over here. So they call her over, and unfortunately, this young woman gets silent. I think she was expecting the other black ladies to have her back, but they didn't have an issue with Julz, so they're gonna let her take it. Okay, some guys at the table, he gives gives his thoughts and says that, oh, she referred to you as a racist. And then MJ says, no, it wasn't racist. It was more so culture vulture. And that's how things really messed up. I do have to fault Kania for that, as I said in my previous video, because you gave somebody else the space to kind of mess up the initial conversation that you could have had with Julz and possibly checked her in a much better way. And maybe she could have learned some things from a conversation that you guys had. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I kind of fault her for that. She kind of like tensed up, froze up. Once Julz came over, they had a lot of back and forth. Julz, the girl, referred to her as a culture vulture, and Julz thought that it would be great for her to ask her, what did she do for the culture? I think that was an irrelevant question. I don't think that Julz should have asked that question. I don't even think that young woman should have even tried to answer that question, but she did, and things just went left from there. So much so it led to Kania putting her hands in the face of Julz smacking her hand, and the ladies getting into an altercation. Okay, well, a lot of you guys have had a lot of things to say. And you know what? I'm not going to say anybody is wrong. It's just about how we watch the show. Our perspectives are completely different. They're never going to be the same. And if you stand on the side of Kania, congratulations to you. If you stand on the side of Julz in that particular moment, not necessarily meaning that you condone all of her actions, but in that moment, then congratulations to you. Whatever it is, it's not going to change your day on tomorrow or any other day after that. All right. It's just merely something to watch and for us to converse about. Now, Stoni came to the front, and y'all know Stoni is on the show. That's the woman that Sharelle was treating pretty badly. She came to the front. That's also Rick Ross's baby mom. And she kind of explained a little bit of the situation when it came to Kania showing up and how she didn't know who she was and how she felt like Sharelle was kind of like setting this up for this woman to go at Julz the way that she did. So let us go ahead and get into that. And then we're going to check out the back and forth that took place over on the neighborhood talk, where I originally saw Kania come out and say some things and going back and forth. And then next thing you know, I saw Julz come out, and it took a minute for Kania to respond to Julz. And then Sharelle came out before her, and then Ashley spoke out, and it's a mess, and we're definitely about to go ahead and get into it. I just wanted to give the people that may not be watching the show or just only getting their updates from, my videos, just wanted to give them a little bit of backstory regarding episode 3 and why we are here today. So let us go ahead and get into that, and let us check out what Miss Stoni had to say.
How they did Julz on that fighting scene. By that time, me and Sharelle was at odds, and that's why we sat at different tables. So Julz was between two tables. Now, when the young lady who attacked, she attacked Julz verbally first. I'll say that. And she was very aggressive with Julz.
Let's pause here real quick before we let her finish, because I have a question. Do you guys feel like Kania attacked Julz, or do you feel like Julz attacked her? Let me know your thoughts on that part.
I think Julz was just defending herself. I didn't know this girl. I still don't know this girl. Don't know who the fuck she is. I was under the impression she was part of production. No, I don't know about anybody else. I had never seen her a day in my life until that day. So production slides her in the scene, and I'm like, who is this girl? I mean, you guys clearly see me ask her like, oh, who are you? What's your name? Because I didn't know her name. I didn't know who the fuck she was. Later on, I found out that she previously worked at, guess where? Allure, realtor, or at Sharelle's company. And then she shared that, oh yeah, I used to work for Sharelle. So after the scene and after everything happened, after the fight, I was like, oh, it made sense. Sharelle brought this bitch here to stir up the pot with Julz. And I was like, why would she do that? That's what I thought. That was my perception of it. I don't know, honestly, to this day, if Sharelle brought this girl on to scene. But what I do know is Sharelle knows her, like Julz said, and she went and liked her post after Julz and her fought, which I thought was really fucked up as well. But Julz, if you're listening, if you see this later, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I came across like I was not, like I didn't have your back in that scene, because you know how I felt. You know what I said afterwards. Like, I was like, yeah, y'all got me fucked up. This not even cool. I did not like how they did Julz.
All right, you guys. So that is just a snippet of what Miss Stony had to say about the situation. All right. Let us hop over onto the neighborhood talk. And what I want to do is kind of scroll down, because there were things that Miss Kania had to say down into the comments. Okay. So let me see if I can find her messages. And here we are. Okay. So what she says is aggressive. And this is where she at Stony. She says, aggressive, you have a slavery mentality, and I hate that for you. Never was I aggressive towards anyone. Prior to filming, she came at me crazy like someone put the battery in her back to do it. She know what's up. Playing victim is crazy. Edits are even crazier. From the jump, she walked over to the table aggressively. When she sat down, her hands were swinging in my face the entire time, but you didn't see that. Okay, clock that. She says, I was casted for the show and chose to not return because I didn't sign up to be a part of a circus. At Sharelle, she at Sharelle and says, don't ever flatter yourself. Never in a million years did I ever want to come on the show talking about you. For what? You found out that I was on the show the night before I filmed, and if you felt like I was going to come for you, why wouldn't you address it then? We were on FaceTime for over an hour. You're the one who told me multiple women's history the night before. I don't even know none of these girls existed, okay? Or at least I didn't even know none of these girls existed. I see everyone for who they are, and so does the internet. I live real life. I never played the internet too tough. Okay, is what she had to say. So let's get into the comments, because it's been a lot, going back and forth. Okay. Someone seems to be in support of Kania, and she says, yo, this the one, crashing out real bad for a reunion in the second season, is what she had to say. And she's commenting to more people. And now what I'm looking for is when Julz actually hopped into the comments, and Julz had some things to say. So we'll see if I can find that. If not, like I said, I do have the screenshots, and I'll read from there. Okay, here we are. So Julz says, ain't no one come over aggressive to you ever. Not once. That's not even my nature. I have witnesses who will speak to this. Please be real with yourself. What you were saying doesn't even make sense. If you turn down being a cast member on the show, why come and appear as an extra? She says, you so thirsty for TV, you got the little 15 seconds of fame, and no one ever gave a fuck about your bio. Yikes. Go sell them houses, girl. Okay, so it looks like it may have taken her a minute to get back to Julz, but I do believe that she and Sharelle had some back and forth in the comments. Okay, so let us keep scrolling. So Sharelle asks Kania, and she says, nothing flattering about what I said. A few ladies told me what you said, though, Kania, as well as producers. Always real life over here. Okay. I think Kania may have come back and said more. Kania says, at Sharelle, damn, you know me in real life. We could have had many of conversations about anything. You just text me, and that fast you came to the internet. You lost me. Well, ma'am, you did hop in the comments, and you did at her, and y'all was talking big talk. So when she told you that the people are also told her what you said, and the producers, now you want to say, damn, you know me in real life. We could have had many of conversations. Girl, this is interesting, okay? But let's keep going, because like I said, I do believe that she addresses Julz quickly. So she says, you better keep that energy forever at Julz. And she put a bunch of clown faces for Miss Julz, okay? Julz came back and says, at Kania, is that not what you are? Why you are so triggered? Is that not what you are, and why you're so triggered? She says, show the receipts of them offering you a spot as a cast member. We'll wait. Oh, wow. Oh my, were there any more that may have come out? I don't know if she may have responded to her since then. I just want to scroll and just see, because clearly there are two people going back and forth in these comments, back and forth. Okay, so we haven't seen anything just yet of Julz responding. I'm sorry, not Julz, but of Kania responding back about being invited to be on the show as a full-time cast member. All right. So let's keep going. So Sharelle gets in the comments and she says, Stony, now you know damn well I didn't bring Kania on the show. She was auditioned. Julz came at her before filming with a smart statement. So Kania was telling the truth about that. Or at least I want to believe if Sharelle is backing her up. Kania was talking SHI about me. So why would I bring her on? Oh my. Okay. Part 2. For you to say your mom died during filming is crazy work. Your mom passed away after filming. I was the first to reach out and send my condolences, even gathered the group together to send you flowers. Hashtag reunion me, please. You know, before I saw her say reunion me and before I even saw this post, I thought about would they have a reunion? And then I said, you know what? I don't even know if they should get one. I think they should just continue to film. And just keep it pushing. All right. Whatever issues you guys have, we can rehash that in the next coming season. Okay. Let me see if there were any other comments. If Stony may have hopped in the comments and said anything. All right. Okay, I see Sharelle's responding to some people. Somebody says she auditioned for one episode. And then Sharelle says, no, we shot a real estate pilot first time. It didn't pass. So what production do is keep the potentials just in case they want to bring more people on. And that is what happened. We do not have say so. Hell, I was shocked she was there. Okay, so that's what she's saying. She was even shocked that Miss Girl was there. All right, she goes on to respond to somebody else whose name is You Little Fokker. What is that? Okay. So whatever it was, Sharelle says she was not singled out. We were talking about more kids and I asked everyone, truthfully, was there a real quote unquote situation? Because if you do your research on appeal, abortion, you are not supposed to be out. Okay. She says her attire she wore that night says otherwise. True. Also, not once did we see her go to the bathroom during the whole 4 hours of filming. So make it make sense. All right. So Sharelle is still standing by the fact that she does not believe Julz actually had the abortion that she said she had on that day. Okay. But honestly, Sharelle is questioning the abortion as a whole. All right. But Julz did sit down and it appears that she was trying to say that she had it on that particular day. And I must say the attire that she wore on that day was not giving the same thing. Okay. But let's get down to a statement that Ashley made. All right. So Ashley hops in these comments, right? And Ashley says, production brought that girl to set. That girl meaning Kania. She says, we told them not to because she has a history of being aggressive on camera. I don't know now, because listen now, according to Miss Kania, she's not an aggressive person. All right. She says she is not an aggressive person. That's not what she does. She wasn't aggressive with anyone. But it appears that to me, Ashley is saying that she was aggressive and they told her not to bring her to set because she's been aggressive before. She has a history of that. So that is what is appearing to me. But let's see if she clears it up because it appears that she's talking about Kania. All right. Let's see. All right. I don't think she responded to the people. I don't think she responded to them. So let me also say this as well, and I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but a lot of people are on Twitter and they're having a lot of thoughts to say about this. They don't like the mean girl antics, especially at the age of these women. They don't like that Julz is a part of this show amongst these black women, getting her platform elevated, knowing that she said negative things about black women in the past and just how she's carried herself in the past. So people are not really rocking with her. And they have a lot of debate going on over on social media. And I say this, some people are saying cancel the show, but at the same time, a lot of the discussion around the show may be the very reason that they decide to renew it for another season. If they were to renew this show for another season, I would not be opposed to this show being renewed for another season because sometimes you may need a few more seasons for the show to really, do what it may need to do. All right. And I do feel like Selling Tampa was a good show and we were kind of robbed once they snatched it back from us. Okay. Similar to the other real estate show they had on the OWN network. I think we only got one season of that and then it was snatched away. All right. So that's that. Those are my thoughts about it. So we'll see if the ladies are going to get another season and how everything is going to play out. But I'm not opposed to that. All right. But at this time, I guess I'll let you guys go ahead and hop down in the comment section and leave your thoughts about everything that we discussed today and what the ladies have had to say about the chaos, okay? The big fight that took place in episode 3. All right. I am Jami, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. You can follow me over on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cash died at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Aegis.